Hey, what's up, guys and ladies? You know what I mean? Hey, this Team Eugene and Brittany. I'm a real estate investor. I'm with my missus right here. She's one of the top real estate agents in the game right now. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Brittany Shields. I am a real estate agent. How y'all doing? Hopefully well.
That's what's up. Yo, she's crushing it in the real estate game. You need to buy or list a house, reach out to her. I'm a real estate investor. You know, we buy properties cash. We met out here just doing our thing. And so now we're doing these podcasts. We're dropping this video for the streets. All right. So man, we been hearing a lot of conversations in regards to I'm too good to settle. And you know, we was talking about this last night. So we thought this would be a good conversation to bring to the front street. You know what I'm saying? So I know one of your friends was talking about, and I one of you know I hear it all the time in my circle too about I'm too good to settle. Now, how you take that? You know, I'm too good to settle.
Um, well, I think it's people look at it as a bad thing. Like settling is a bad thing, which I guess if you settle for less, then of course it's a bad thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But if you, because no matter what, you gotta settle. Like no, if you plan on being with somebody, and you plan on really being with somebody like long term marriage type, you know what I'm saying? Then you're gonna settle for that person.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like the word is so bad.
Yeah,
Like
it has a negative.
yeah, it has like a negative connotation to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's not. You don't have to look at it as a negative connotation. It could just be like, this is what I'm doing. You settling down, just like when people, do anything. It's like you settling down.
All right, now if your intent is not to be in a relationship, this ain't for you. Take your ass off this motherfucking live stream. This ain't for you. All right. Now this is for people that's looking for long-term relationship or potential marriage or to be married. All right. That's why we doing this. If you one of these, I'm independent. I don't need no man. Take your ass off of here. Period. All right. Thank you. Now back to the conversation. I'm too good to settle. Now, I was listening to Master P. You remember we were watching on YouTube? He got two sons. One of his sons was under like a multiple offer situation, and he decided to go with a HBCU, and he decided to go with he said he went with this HBCU because he felt like they was more personal with him. You know what I mean? He felt like the guy wanted to know him. It wasn't about all of the hype and the rhetoric. You know what I mean? So basically, he didn't say, "Oh, I got multiple offers. I'm just gonna not go to college because I got everybody wanting me, so I'm gonna just sit there." You know what I mean? And it's just like, real estate, for example. You come in there, you renovate the property, you put it on the market, you get multiple offers, you go with the highest and best offer. You know what I mean? You take it. You don't sit there and just say that I'm not going to settle. Now, if for whatever reason, when people say I'm not going to settle, I'm just like, what? I'll be like, man, I think like, why nobody buying what you selling? Maybe your price is too fucking high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because especially if you're going after a productive, competitive, and successful man, he ain't taking no shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? So you got this high ass bar, and you not what he looking for, then he ain't selling either. You know what I mean? So this is what I see in regards to the modern dating scene. You know what I mean? Now, the reason why I feel like we need to have these conversations because when we look at the poverty rate for like married couples, for African Americans, for Black people, they're single digits. You know what I mean? For single Black men, single women, single Black men with kids, single women with kids, the poverty rate is a lot higher. So the solution, in my opinion, is marriage or long-term relationships. I'm not saying go out here and be dumb, you know what I'm saying? But being married is that's the play. I mean, look at all of the billionaires, like all of the male African American billionaires in the States, they're all married or in long-term relationships. I mean, that's just a common denominator. And then you could look at even the type of woman that they're even with, you know what I'm saying? So me personally, I come from like a nuclear family, you know what I mean? Like my parents, they still married to this day. My dad parents stay married, my mom parents stay married, so I'm really big on marriage. Now, I didn't really understand the concept till marriage until like in my 30s. I'm 35 now, so now I really get why it makes sense. But I feel like it's a lot of propaganda, and they want us to be divided, the black men and the black women, period, so they can come in, divide, monetize, capitalize, and that's really what it's about, is the divide and conquer. You know what I'm saying? So the don't settle again. When do we settle? You know what I mean? When do you decide to say, hey, I'm gonna go with this person and I'm gonna make a play?
I think you have to know yourself first. You have to know, who you are, what you like, what you don't like, how you live. You have to know yourself first. And then that way, when you do find that person that you feel like you're able to, build with, grow with, and get over things with, then you'll understand that. So, I just think that's just what it takes. You don't know.
So it's a wild card either way.
Either way, yeah.
So when do you take the calculated risk and say, hey, I'm gonna go with Eugene? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna go build with him.
What made me take the calculated risk?
Well,
I mean, because I just feel like we are able to communicate. We are able to, be adults in every situation that we came across. We've always been able to, find a plan, execute the plan, and that's just what it was. It's not. It's either it's like this or that. It's not a gray area with us. It's like, is this or that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I appreciate that about you. I appreciate that you keep it 100 with me, because, that's real. I keep it 100 with you, and that's just what it is, So, we have the same, future plans, like we have the same goals, what are we trying to do with our lives and different things like that, So to me, it was just kind of like, okay, I can vibe with him. But in order for me to have known that, then I needed to know who I am and what I stand for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I also agree with you about, us as African Americans needing to be, we do need to get back together. I know I hear a lot of people say that, you know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of different things going on with, our culture, but, I want to see more of us being together, because if we are together, then we're able to, get more. You know what I'm saying? There is a lot going on, and a lot for the African American people. But in order for us to, get over everything that we've, surpassed as far as slavery and all the stuff that they keep bringing up, and, different things like that, we have to be educated, and we have to pair up. Like, that's the power. It's a power in two. You know what I'm saying? So to me, that's very, very, very important. The message that I want to get across. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just important.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. Once again, if you ain't about no relationship, take your ass off this motherfucking live stream. This ain't for you. All right. All right. So once again, it's about divide and conquer. They want to divide the black man and the black woman from each other. Now, when they speak about this whole don't settle thing, and I'm gonna speak from a male perspective, with this whole don't settle thing, a lot of women, they ride the cock carousel till after they, 40 used up. Now they got all these conditions. Now you're trying to come to somebody who they say here made these extreme sacrifices to get where they at. And when you was in your prime, that's when you should have paired up. You know what I mean? So don't be mad at the black man You know what I mean? Especially a man that's productive, competitive, and successful, and a man that you really desire to go after, because we ain't taking it. You know what I mean? Find you somebody, pair with them, make a play with them, and that's just what it is. It's really that simple. You know what I mean? But we put a property on the market, we go with the highest and best offer. Boom. I mean, it's that simple. You know.
But there is somebody for everybody. So
I'm,
I hear you, Gene. But there is somebody for everybody. It doesn't matter if they rode the Cox carousel, however you like to say it. That's just how it is. But at the same time, I mean, as a black man too, you have to understand the stereotypes, the stipulations, all the social propaganda, like you say, that is thrown upon us as a black woman as an individual and a black man as an individual. That's the design to keep us apart. And it doesn't matter if a woman is 40 and she finds somebody, you know, if she's still doing good, then she's still doing good. So you can't say that, because I'm gonna be 40 one day, and I don't need you to be telling me about riding no Cox carousel or nothing like that. So
I mean, look, I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm gonna be objective. Now, every woman and black man can get married right now. It's still gonna be 2 million women that is not single. Then not single, that will be single. Correction. You know what I mean? So it's not enough people out there for everybody. You know what I mean? That's just that Hollywood stuff. All right. That's fake.
You better get it while you can, because if you miss out, you're gonna miss out. That's
really what I'm saying. So in your golden years, in your prime, you need to pair up if that's the play for you. You know what I mean? So like, and even in before we even got here, if you go to like Africa, certain countries in Africa, they, you know, like the competitive, productive, successful men, they was with multiple women, and they consider that to be selfish other women just to be with one. You know, they consider that to be selfish because they know that there was going to be a lot of women that was by themselves. Now, if that ain't your thing, that ain't your thing. Take your ass off of here once again. All right, but you know, so it's like that now. So with what's going on in the modern dating scene, you got I think 1 out of 3 or 1 out of 4. I'm not for sure on the statistics, but either been arrested for black men, been arrested, prison, parole, probation. You know what I mean? So then you go out here to this you're dating, because marriage and long-term relationships is for people that are more stable. You know what I mean? And now we got, you know, a lot of black women. They're doctors, lawyers, real estate professionals. You know, they doing their thing right now. But if you are a black man, and that's not knocking my brother that's out here doing my thing. I'm just speaking about this mass incarceration thing that's going on. So that pair bonding is kind of like it's like unbalanced. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. So my point is this. That's a dynamic in its own. You know what I mean? So every black man, every black woman get married that wants to be married or in a long-term relationship. It's still gonna be 2 million women single. Now you take the men that been arrested, probation, parole, all of that stuff. Man, you might as well just bump that up to throw in another million. You know what I mean? So it's on balance right there again. So that's my rebuttal for when you say it's enough somebody out there for everybody, because for most part, black people, white people stay with white people, Asians stay with Asians. Everybody, for the most part, stays within their own race. You know what I mean? Now we do got people that date out and all of that, but for the most part, it's black folks with black folks. So I feel like we gotta figure this out. Hey, this tea right here, this is astragalus tea. And this ginseng, you know, this helps out with the energy levels. You know what I mean? Make sure you drink this tea right here. So the don't settle situation. Um, Ride the cock carousel till you're 40 or you're 50. I don't care. I don't give a damn. I'm just speaking these facts. Now, one thing about men, what us as men, what we value is beauty, femininity, fertility, and women in their golden years. And for the most part, men want to have kids. So with that being said, you done rolled it till you 40 and you 50, and you talking about you can't find no man. I mean, you SOL, you SOL. So usually, and this been going on since the beginning of time. Men date younger women. That's how it is. That's how it will be. I'm not really backing down on that. And you can just go outside, look at the top 10% of men, and just look at the type of women who they date.
I mean, yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I do have to give you that. I mean, I'm not a man, but as you say, men they do like younger women. So I guess, yeah, and the fact of saying, in the fact of a woman saying, I don't want to settle, if you're looking at it negative, they shouldn't. It's like if you find somebody that you can, put up with, I guess you could say. Find somebody that you can put up with, find somebody that you are able to build with and maintain who you are as a person, then definitely, settle with that person. There's nothing wrong with settling with that person.
This my thing though. Like in the dating scene, a lot of women say they don't want to settle. All right. But then they get mad because they're single in their later years. And I ran into that a lot when I was single. And it's like, yo, I got options. You know what I'm saying? I'm not picking that. I don't want that. You're a little bit older out of my, I want me a young thing, legal age, big booty and a smile, you know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I'm not, especially then, my tolerance level is a lot less for an older woman too. Like,
I mean, yeah, older women probably feel that the same about men though.
Yeah.
Like, tables can always turn.
Right.
Women feel that too. Women feel that empowerment too.
Mm-hmm.
I do my own thing. I work. I pay my own bills. Yada 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 yada. I don't need them anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or I'm not going to settle for this because they don't have to pay up for it either.
Right.
So I mean, it works. It works both ways. But yeah, like you said, if you are looking for a relationship, long term, if you find somebody that you feel like this is who I want to be with, then yeah, some things you're gonna have to swallow, and you're gonna have to settle.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I see that, man. For the fellas, I really, in regards to the modern dating scene, for the productive, competitive, successful man, I don't know about the Pookies and the Ray Rays, you know what I'm saying? But they really ain't complaining. It's all good in the hood. There ain't no I'm not gonna settle argument. They might not be happy within their marriage. I done heard things like that, you know what I mean? But I haven't really heard that I'm not gonna settle on the man side, especially with the men in my personal life. Like I don't hear those type of conversations. Yeah, we don't even talk about that. We talk about business, fun, life in general. You know what I'm saying? Really, and they just don't settle thing. That really sounds like a modern woman thing, and it seems like because they got their degrees, which is great. Me personally, you make 100K, I make 100K. That's 200K a year. I mean, I respect a woman that's able to stand on her own 2 feet. You know what I mean? I'm not like what a lot of topics they be talking about. A woman could be at McDonald's. If a woman work at McDonald's, that's okay. I'm not knocking it. You're doing your thing, but you're gonna have to come up to another level. You know what I'm saying? Or work for my business or something before we even get to that level. All right. So don't settle once again. I'm too good to settle. Do we ride the cock carousel till you pass your fertile years and just ride it out. Because eventually it's gonna be a cap. It's gonna be a cap.
I mean, to each his own. You know, you gotta do what you want to do. But for like the modern dating, you know, the modern stuff that we always talk about, then you know that's just something that you need to think about because we all, yeah, 30s, you know, in our areas where we should be, you know, settling down, getting married or something. You know what I'm saying? So it really just depends on what you want to do. Like hold out and wait for the best, you know what I'm saying? And wait, you know, stick to your guns and do that. Or if you come across somebody that, you know, is willing to give and take a little bit, like willing to give and take a little bit, then why not? You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what, no matter who you end up with, things are going to be how they are. Life is life. You know, every relationship, I don't care how good or how bad it is, it's always going to be good and bad. Like that's just life. There is no sun without the moon. You know what I'm saying? There's no sky without the ground. You know, so it's like there's always going to be a up and down. You know, so
have you heard like men that you know that say I'm not going to settle?
No, I don't think.
Yeah, it sounds like a woman.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Conversation or something.
I guess it might be.
Yeah.
It might be because women have to put up with a lot too with men. What you mean? Like you act like, oh, if you're not beautiful, if you're not fertile, like we have to put up with a lot with men too.
Yeah. I mean, I get that. I'm just saying I don't hear the modern man though saying like I'm not gonna settle and I'm too good to settle and all this. Like, no, we find something we like, we make a play, and we gonna ride it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but that's the different dynamics that there is between men and women though, because men are thinking they're in control. You know, like you're not getting with a woman and you're not becoming or transforming into what I want you to be. It's either I'm going to transform into what you want me to be, or we probably not going to be. And that's just the role of women, you know. And I feel like that's where the break is too, because you know a lot of, and I don't want to say a lot, I don't want to say all, you know, but you know some African American women, I feel like you know we're so strong, and we feel like we have to be so strong that you know we don't know how to just let the man be the man. You know what I'm saying?
Let the man lead.
Let the man lead. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot to it than just me sitting back, biting my tongue. And, you know, no, it's not that, you know? But so yeah, you know, I just feel like that's the difference. Like men, you don't have to say, oh, I'm not gonna settle, because I guarantee you, yeah, it might be a 20-year-old woman that you find, you know, and she head over here for you and then you find. But for women, no, it's not like that.
Yeah, it's not. That's what I'm saying. So I was like, why you know, don't be mad at the black man and to pull himself up. You know what I'm saying? Because we not taking no shit. So it's like, you know, and it's been going like that since the beginning of time. Men been dating women of legal age.
Not all.
Productive, competitive, and successful men. Upper tier men. Those are the men I'm representing. Not the Pookies and the Ray Rays.
Okay, so those successful men that are dating these young women, like, well, how long are the relationships lasting?
They last as long as it.
I mean, what is that? Like,
I mean, shit. My parents are still married. My dad is a productive, competitive, successful man. My uncle is still married. My partners.
But they got married when they were young, and they grew together.
Yeah.
They're not. Your dad wasn't like.
And I got close.
Older.
I got some
and
close.
Your mom was younger.
Right. Yeah. They were still a little 2 years of difference.
Right. Yeah. Right. But that happened when they were in college, or
yeah, well, they was like high school sweethearts.
See, like
stuff like that. But yeah.
Right. So they figured that out a long time ago. Like this is it. Period. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Some people, you know, and it's not just, you know, African Americans. It could be any race, but you know, for African Americans, you know, our homes are so screwed up. You know what I'm saying? Like to where we, you know, some African American women don't even know what it's like to live with a man, once they get a little bit older, because they was raised by a single mom and maybe had, relatives around, but we know how relatives can be, you know what I'm saying? So, it's just a whole dynamic that we just have to communicate with each other, and we have to get to the point to where we want to understand. I want to understand you. I want to be around you. So therefore, I do understand the whole compromise thing. I do understand, if it's like we was fussing the other day about something. Remember, we couldn't even remember what we was fussing about.
Right.
But I remember now what we was fussing about. But it wasn't nothing, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, it's nothing, let's just move on. Whereas, some people will let that nothing really be something, and it's really nothing.
Right.
I don't know. So I just feel like, the dynamics of a black woman and a black man, we just have to stop butting heads. And, somebody is going to have to be strong enough to be weak.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just what it is.
So like basically like a lot of black women really ain't see no man in the household. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, maybe grew up like without one, like maybe their mom was single or they didn't have their dad around. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, the dynamics of the African American family dynamic is messed up, and it's been messed up since slavery, since they taken a black man out the home when he didn't even want to. Like, he's still with his wife and they got all these kids, but he got to go and work just to make sure that he can maintain, because she got to stay at home with the kids, So it's been a lot of animosity and a lot of, built up anger and depression that's been carried through our line since back then. You know what I'm saying?
I've seen that a lot. Like, just when I was single, just like, man, it's a lot of like undiagnosed mental out here, and it's like, man, I ain't know it was that extreme, because we know black men issues. Everybody was talking about that, but it's a lot of women out here that need help too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, that you just don't talk about, because as a black woman, that's kind of what we're taught too. Just be strong, suck it up, But I feel like sometimes we do that in the wrong sense, because I really, really, really feel like, black women and black men, we need each other. Like, that's just what it is. There wouldn't be two of the same species, same color, same. It wouldn't be if we wasn't supposed to be. And I know, I've stepped out of my race or whatever the case might have been, but it took me to do that, to really understand the dynamics of a black woman and a black man. Like it took me to get out of my comfort zone in my box and really look at the situation at hand, and what not only I go through as a black woman, but what we go through as the black community. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like we're people are the toughest on us. And maybe it's because our skin is black, so maybe they feel like they have to be because we're dark. But at the same time, if we don't advocate for each other, then nobody advocates for us. Like, we don't have somebody that we can go to and complain. Like other races, even with the police officers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can go and complain to them, but sometimes even in like the hood, I didn't grow up in the hood, nothing like that, and we really didn't have to call the police, but they don't come out like they should. Whereas if you live on this side, even in Killeen, you can see it's like areas that people be like, I ain't going over there. And who be over there? I ain't going over there. Who be over there? You see what I'm saying? So, and it's just sad when you really think about it. But I do believe that one day, we'll have just as many high anarchy than any other race. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
All right. So, when is it that a woman should settle though?
When she wants to. I can't say that. You settle when you want to.
All right.
But know when you want to.
I agree. Do what the fuck you want to do. But when that wall hit, don't be mad because I don't want your ass. You know what I'm saying? That wall is undefeated. You should have found a man when it was time to. Don't come to the black man after that wall that came and you done rolled a cock carousel. You should have found a man within your golden years when you was you know,
Your
prime. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know there's a top, a clock. You know what I'm saying? So why ride it past your clock? And you want to be in a relationship, you want to be married, you want to have kids. Like it doesn't make sense. It's not even logical to wait till you're like 38, 39, 40. Because it's like,
I mean, I would recommend, you know, you not do it as soon as possible, because you shouldn't feel like you need to be in a relationship with somebody to be, you know, who you need to be. But at the same time, if you do know that you want to be in a relationship and you do understand the dynamic of how two can make, you know, a big boom, then I definitely think, yeah, you should do it once you feel like you found that person.
yeah. Now I'm gonna speak from my experience. Uh, I done had a couple women that wanted to, you know, have children and everything, and it's like, yo, you're like, you know, after 35, so you're higher risk for kids. I know that, and then I still got to get to know you. I just met you. You know what I mean? And so you want to have kids, but I'm not about to just be irresponsible with my seed. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, this I got to get to know you before and then I want to be married first before I have kids. All right, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I ain't just about to just make a play with a woman that's 38, and then after that, you know, that time is already passed. Now I'm in a situation where I'm married to you and you can't even have kids, and now I gotta divorce, or you know, that's what it'll be, just leaving the relationship, divorcing, because you're not giving me what I want. I want to have kids, and you waited till you put your career first, which do what the fuck you want to do. Don't nobody care. But you know, it's 38, you're 39, you 40, you trying, you know, you looking for the man. But that for somebody that has just common sense, it's illogical for me to get with a woman that's 38, because I still got to get to know you, and especially for a man that want to be involved in his children's life. So why would I sit here? I got to get to know you. I don't know how you are when you're under stress, pressure. You know, a lot of that stuff comes with time. You know what I mean? So once again, I feel like, especially for women, it is what it is. The life ain't fair. It is that situation. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right, so we're done, guys. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll be back later. Peace.